What's up guys, and today I'm going to the Tower of London. Now I don't have a 4K drone, so this is the best footage I could capture in terms of a map of the Tower of London. So I'm going to use Google Maps instead. So this is London. This is London zoomed in, close to Tower Hill Station, home to Tower Bridge, the Shard, which is technically a tower, and the Tower of London, which is here. Now FYI, I'm using Snapchat to edit this next bit. Turns out the Tower of London isn't just the big building that you know of, this one right here, very famous and beautiful, but in fact includes the wall surrounding it. So here's the plan. We walk in the entrance, good start, then walk the entire wall going into the mini towers that are there, should be called the Towers of London if I'm honest, then climb the main building in the middle, then go see the crown jewels. You know, the shiny thing that the minions tried to steal.
And steal the Queen's treasure.
Now, if you're wondering why this vlog is a voiceover and not my usual hyped selfie vlog format, it's because the Tower of London has this great deterrent against vloggers, and that is broadcasting its own narration throughout the entire complex.
Later added a second wall around the tower, defended by a vast new moat to make it even.
So yes, I will be your narrator for this tour of the Tower of London, mainly just pointing at stuff and telling you what it is. For example, this is the King's Bed. Now, I can't actually remember which king this was for, I should have written it down, but it was probably some George, let's be honest. Top G had his own board game, throne, and even private chapel, though I couldn't imagine hosting any weddings in there. Leaving the first tower and along the outside wall, I came across an art piece, and of course I took some touristy pictures as if I don't already live in London. Next we had the Salt Tower. Did it keep salt in it? Why not go there and find out for yourself, you lazy git? And that's what we call an insult.
This guy stinks!
In actual fact, it was where they kept the prisoners, not salt. Although the prisoners had it pretty good with a massive fireplace, a place to draw feet, and even its own little electrical socket. They also had this thing, which I couldn't bother to read about, but definitely looked cool. These windows are also exactly what you would find on any property search for less than £2,000 a month. The adjoining room had some weapons like crossbows to shoot invaders, or people who forget to like the video, and even helmets to defend the dislikes that I will no doubt receive right now. I'm not sure if a crossbow would actually help protect whatever it is this guy is suffering from, but Ratatouille foot fetish confirmed. Leaving the Salt Tower and across the wall was another art man, and even a spot to look out and pretend to shoot people. The Tower of London. Fun for all ages. Next there was a small museum exhibit, which basically looked like it was straight out of Night at the Museum. Then the keys to the tower for those that want free entry, some jugs, some toys, some coins, some pens, some bowls. If you love history, I'm sure this was great for you, but for me, the best thing was this glass chess piece, so that says a lot. We then came across the Royal Beast exhibit, with a few scattered animals for you to try and spot, and an elephant enclosure that was smaller than the one for the prisoners. That says a lot about the royal treatment. There was also a blocked off ladder at the entrance that video games have taught me that I can definitely climb and collect the monkey as a reward. Inside, it told a story of how kings used to create nipples, made polar bears swim in the Thames, which I can assure you is not pleasant, put snakes on an oven, kept monkeys randomly in a room, fed nails to ostriches, painted lions, all before setting them free to be in a cage at London Zoo, which I've given money to. Just outside here was some residences. Now, I don't know if staff, royalty, or just a regular guy who saw those windows on Zoopla live here, but it's kind of weird that people live inside the Tower of London. Then again, I saw the same thing at Hampton Court Palace when I went. Let me know if I'm squeezing in too many vlogs at this point. Off the outside wall and in the middle of the tower now, and saw where they beheaded Anne Boleyn, this lady right here. Then we stopped at a cafe for a quick sandwich and found out how they're funding the King's fucking coronation. Continuing the tour, we are inside the White Tower. This one, remember? Inside here, they had horses with armour, who looked a little constipated, Henry VIII's actual jousting armour, and whatever that is protecting the real crown jewels. One massive wall of armour later, and we came across a small mystery room. When I went inside, I was expecting some kind of statue, but instead I found a toilet where the king clearly shat on the poor people. No change there. There was a bigger and better chapel in here, a dragon for some reason, and a big book of all the comments I'm going to receive about how bad my vlogs are. Finally, in this tower, there was a bunch of cannons, and this is where the coolest room came in, the interactive violence room. I got to launch my own cannon, but some dumb tourist got in the way and butchered it. Good acting though. A sword game that had the usual Xbox quality all over it, foam sword included, and a shooting game. This guy in front just got 250. Let's show him how it's done. You have to design the gun first, but then my years of Call of Duty would be paying off. Now apparently I built the gun wrong, so Call of Duty should definitely add that feature in the next game, and I ended up only with 125 points.
That's terrible. Oh my god.
Now then, at last, the piece de resistance, the crown jewels. But it wasn't until I got to the very front of the queue that I saw you were not allowed to film. And not the usual wet paint don't touch rule, but a serious we will shoot your phone rule. Of course I tried to take my phone out regardless, but was seen almost immediately and was watched like a hawk by a guard the rest of the time. So instead I searched YouTube and found some other clips for you to see. As you can see, the quality is truly abysmal. However, props to this guy to actually managing to record with a bunch of armed guards staring at him. I must admit, I was a little disappointed with the crown jewels. Although yes, they are worth around £3 billion, the fact that they didn't allow pictures, let alone vlogging, and that we were forced onto a moving conveyor belt meant you didn't actually get to have a good look at anything. However, this one guy I found on YouTube had some amazing footage, and I think he said it best during his own YouTube narration.
Now technically, you're not allowed to film or photograph any of this, but as you can imagine guys, I'm a sneaky bastard, I managed to do it anyway.
Now, the main piece of the crown jewels, called the State Crown, was actually not available when I visited due to the coronation. However, the one bit of footage I actually managed to film from inside the jewel house was the empty glass case of the State Crown. And that's it. Outside the Tower of London. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I hope my narration that I'm going to be recording later on is decent, because obviously I didn't speak throughout this entire vlog, but hopefully future Harry can sort that out. In case you're wondering, I would rate the Tower of London probably like a 6.5 out of 10. If you like history, I'm sure it's a 10 out of 10, but I don't know, it's just a big castle, really. You know, I've been to castles before, there's nothing really special about this one. Anyway, for not talking at all, suddenly I'm just letting all my words out. So yes, I'm pausing this vlog here. No, I'm stopping this vlog here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.